And welcome back, fight fans, as we're going to start something completely new here, and that is we are going to do a review of a card, and there's no better card to do it on than, Drew, in my opinion, the greatest card in UFC history.
Yeah, I think it's two, if not definitely number one.
If you don't know what we're talking about Freedom. UFC Freedom 250. It just wrapped up this past Sunday. By the time this video goes out, it is Thursday. Had to take a little bit of time to really just soak all of this in. And now that we have, I mean, what a card it was. Drew, do you want to talk about just the card, just not even the card itself, just the whole presentation of the broadcast?
I think that was the coolest sporting event I've ever seen. I think that what Dana and the White House did was something that's never gonna be able to be replicated. I mean, Dana said he lost 60 million putting it on, and I think that was about
He'll
60
get that back.
million
He'll
well
get that
spent. Oh
back.
yeah, but just the walkouts, the flyover, the national anthem, the live music was something we've never seen before at a UFC event, and I think we're gonna miss it
They got to
real
bring that
bad come
back.
Saturday. Yeah.
They got to bring that back. I am trying to pull up the whole card here. I seem to be official results. Here we go. No, it was sensational. It almost seemed like someone was controlling the weather there for a second. Wink, wink. Because man, it was the way they describe it is not natural to nature. Right? Someone was doing something to the weather to make it quote unquote go around the White House.
Yeah, maybe some of that cloud
Let me
seeding
grab my
nonsense.
let me grab my tinfoil hat while I'm at it. But let's get into it. Do you want to start top down? Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna give. I'm gonna change the way we're doing it here. A lot of people when they're doing these reviews, they're going top down or down up. We're gonna go worst fight to best fight. Now, Drew, was there a single bad fight on this card?
Yes.
Okay, imagine if you're a casual.
Yes.
Okay, you're
The
ridiculous.
Hokett Lewis
You're
fight was
ridiculous.
the worst fight on the card by far. That fight was
It
absolutely
was the worst
terrible.
fight on the card, and that's what
Because
we are
that fight
starting
only
with.
had
That's what we're
that
starting
fight
with.
only had one fighter on it. One gave up after the first minute when he realized he couldn't knock him out.
Yeah, so let's start with Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis. Worst fight of the night. Was it bad? Not by any. In my personal opinion, no. It just did not. The problem was it had to go up against six really great fights, in my opinion, and then it was capped off by Josh Hokett potentially ruining his entire career. Um,
I was gonna make a joke about that. I think we're just gonna skip right on by that.
I know I'll talk about it in a second, but yeah, Josh Hokett absolutely just comes out there, the younger, leaner fighter, just tramples a old fat guy who has notoriously had shit cardio and has just Derek Lewis's entire game plan has been I'm just going to swing wildly until I connect with someone's chin, and he's done that very well. Didn't work out today.
No, it did not. I mean, it was bad. I think that there's a lot of the only reason why he was on that card was because Donald Trump loves Derek Lewis, and that's hey, I can't
Yeah,
blame
that's the
that.
part that sucks. You'd imagine Derek Lewis goes into that event with a little bit better cardio or a little bit better training than what he's been doing lately, but apparently he didn't.
I would
And
like to see him fight an absolute can and have Hokett fight somebody else, but whatever. I mean, I'm not a matchmaker.
I'd love to see what happens Derek Lewis versus another Derek Lewis. Does it just
They
end
both
in no
lose.
contest? Yeah, very true. And then going on to the Josh Hokett post-fight press conference, I see both sides of it, and I agree with both sides. Number one, we do have freedom of speech in this country, and so as much as you don't like it, listen, the only time you don't have freedom of speech is when you are inciting violence, and he wasn't. So there's nothing you can really do. That being said, Josh Hokett, why, man? Why?
We're gonna pass over me making the joke here because I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Yeah,
But
definitely
continue.
not. Knowing your jokes, it's probably pretty shit. Let's move
I'll
on to
text it. I'll
the.
text it to you real quick.
Yeah, sure. Let's move on to the second to last worst fight of the night, and I'm giving that to Mauricio Huffy versus Mike Chandler. An absolutely sensational performance by Mauricio Huffy. I am
Connor 2.0.
really high. I am really high on Huffy stock right now. He looks great. I think he's 29 years old. He's going into the prime of his life. And in a lightweight division that is really stacked right now, I think he's got a lot of weapons that is unstoppable, unless you're a former French war crimes expert. Um,
War crimes
Mike Chandler
expert.
looked bad, man. Mike Chandler looked bad. I don't know what happened. He had a game plan going into it, moving around the ring, and that was working for the first 2 minutes. I would all agree. I think we're on agreement that Mike Chandler was making the fight interesting in the first 2 minutes, and then he just stopped doing it.
Yeah, it seems like you forgot how to wrestle.
I mean, I don't know. What was your thoughts on the fight?
I thought it was another nonsense fight. I mean, I did not want to see Chandler get done that dirty. And I know by that smile you saw what I just texted you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say it's a pretty funny joke, but we're gonna pass it up.
But yeah, I mean, all of a sudden the Chandler is unranked and he's probably going to be hanging it up soon. Go to Raph.
Telling you, man, I still think that Conor McGregor fight still lives on. I still think it's a possibility.
I mean, if Conor gets done really dirty by Max, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just because at that point, neither one of them have anything to lose.
No, it's such a. I mean, if Conor loses this Max fight, I mean, yeah, it's just going to be a promotional fight. It might be a fight night card. I don't know if it'll ever be a fight night card because McGregor's just so big.
No, they'll put it as a main card opener on a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Trying to think back to what my scheduling was here. Oh, yeah. Next fight is Amy and Zahabi versus Sean O'Malley. That's what I rank it as we move up. Third to last or fourth to the top. Great job by Suga. Good to see that he's back, knocking people. I know you're a big Malley fan. And honestly, I think you agree with me. I think you agree with me that there are better fights. The last 3 fights are better than this that I haven't mentioned.
I think there's one that I would have traded for this one, but
listen, Gon. Spoiler alert: the Topuria fight and the Gon fight, they're the last 2, right? So at this point, the Lopez fight and this fight are interchangeable.
And the Bo Nickel fight was not great, but whatever. We're not going to talk about that.
I forgot about that one. That one's in this place. We'll pause.
Okay.
Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. Who
Bo
the
Nickel
fuck is
that
guy?
Next. I don't want to talk about it. He got served a can, did okay. Next fight, it was bad. Continue.
Yeah. I forgot about that fight. That's honestly proves my point. I mean, that proves a point that I forgot about it. Anyway, let's move up to Sean O'Malley versus Amy. Fight. Let's start with O'Malley and Amy and Zahabi. Drew, you and I have been training in martial arts. We've been doing boxing, kickboxing, a little bit of jiu-jitsu, kind of just really well-rounded. You more than me, I'll admit, for about 9 months now. Correct?
Actually, it's 10 months today, but continue.
Is it really? Man.
10 months today, yeah.
Look at us. If we threw our kickboxing coach, Volanti, 300 Astas, PFL, undefeated in the PFL.
Future champ.
If he saw us throw a leg kick the way that Amy and Zahabi did, he'd kick us out of fucking class.
Oh yeah, he definitely would. That was some piss poor effort. And I don't know what was the game plan for Zahabi? Was it the 2-step with a terrible leg kick? He looked like he should have been holding like a little mixed drink going with his little 2-step like this in the ring.
I've never seen anyone throw a running side kick before in the UFC while also being in like a Philly like a half-ass Philly shell. Like you said, what was the fucking strategy there?
Hey, you can't discredit O'Malley because O'Malley had his game plan. He said, how do you prepare for Ayman Zahabi? He said, set a timer for 15 minutes and hit the heavy bag. And that's pretty much what that fight laid down to. I mean, I don't think O'Malley got hit with anything anywhere near.
Here's what blows my mind. And this is like what kind of crazy to me, where it's like, you go in the history of the UFC, we'll just go back like 5 years, where you'll see like UFC and MMA legends in the corner of these fighters. And then these fighters go out and they look like they've never hit the octagon before. Like I think back to like the Nurmagomedov versus Merab fight, the Umar fight, and then Habib's right there. Umar looked like he literally never like wrestled a day in his life, right? And then you go to this fight. Fast forward, the reason I'm talking about it's like, bro, you got George St. Pierre, top 3 fighter of all time, and he ain't 3. And it's like, and you're doing that shit.
Well, I don't know why he didn't try
What
to
the
take
fuck were you
O'Malley
doing?
down.
What were you doing in the gym? Why would you not want to take O'Malley down? That's the one problem he has.
I mean, you could set a 100-pound weight on top of O'Malley, and I don't think he could get out of it grappling.
Yeah, I think it was just, listen, let's be transparent. All of these fights were awesome to watch. The entire card was awesome.
Oh yeah.
But let's be realistic. Some of these matchups were picked so someone could die in the octagon on the White House lawn, and this was one of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, O'Malley posted the video on Facebook, said how life is when Suga knocks out the Canadian on the White House lawn. Didn't even call him Ayman Zahabi. He just said.
Did you
the
think it was
Canadian.
an early stoppage?
Hell no. He got dropped twice, and when he got back up, O'Malley was going to flatline him
let me
again.
tell you something. These people who are saying it's an early stoppage, let me ask you a question. Why didn't he protest then?
Well, because because if you go back and watch the fight, he wakes up when his head hits the canvas and gets up. He knew exactly what happened. I think he actually got knocked out twice. I think he got knocked out, woke up, got knocked out again, and woke up again. He's like, all right, I'm done. He knew.
Sugar's back. I honestly think he should get a title shot over Merab at this point.
I mean, yeah, he has a Merab. If there's one person that deserves a rematch right now, is Merab. But the damage Merab has taken, I haven't even heard any rumors of a Merab rematch. So,
I mean, they're talking about it being.
I mean,
I've seen clips of it being. I've been seeing it like they're talking about like early fall. Like it's not even going to be in the summertime.
Then if it's early fall, I think O'Malley potentially has a chance to go because people want to see a rematch of him and Jan for 5 rounds. That's the fight. Give the people.
Well, here's what I would like to see. Here's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see the people in the UFC who are holding the belt actually fucking fight. That's what I'd like to see. I think that's a mind-blowing, proposal there. I think Peter Yan should just fight somebody. I mean, what are we approaching? 6 months?
If it's gonna be in 3 months.
You said 6 months?
O'Malley.
You said 6 months.
It was December. December 9th.
There's no fights booked. I don't know what to tell you, man. Diego Lopez versus Garcia. Listen, man.
Garcia had a chance to finish the fight in the second round and decided to forget how to fight.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to Garcia. He came in there motivated as a massive underdog. Lopez is of such a good fighter. And he hung in. That first round was his. No one go look at any judge's scorecard, go look at anybody's views on threads on Twitter. Go look at our threads. He lost, or Lopez lost that first round 100%.
Yeah, it was an ugly loss. It wasn't even I could have stole that round. No. The only person that could have scored that round for Diego Lopez was Helen Keller.
Yeah, and I'm in between rounds. I'm like, dang, this is like not going the way. I'm like, are the Americans really about to take over this card? And then Diego Lopez absolutely just throws the craziest 3-4 combo you've literally ever seen, and Garcia goes down. And he goes down. He's conscious enough that I think Jason Herzog was doing that fight. And Diego Lopez just gets on top of him and hits him with a couple more shots, and he's very clearly knocked out. Like, you could see him, like, go like this, and then he goes, and then he gets hit, like, 2 more times. He died. I actually have not seen a single image, photo, or anything of Steve Garcia after that moment. I think he actually, like, the back rooms, he clipped through the canvas, and he just doesn't exist anymore.
Hey, we sacrificed Steve Garcia so Justin Gaethje could get a win, okay, and Vintage O'Malley could come out, so... That's what happened. Sorry, Steve Garcia, but you got sacrificed for the greater good.
Yeah. Let's move up to the interim heavyweight. Did we get all of them? All the preliminaries. Let's go on to the title fights. Shocker here. Ciryl Gane wins the interim heavyweight championship. For those of you wondering, I did bang my head against a fucking wall. However, man, Ciryl Gane, is such a good fighter. I hate to say that. He's such a good fighter. The problem is he's a fucking cheater at the same time.
We're not going to talk about how he cheated and elbowed the shit out of Pereira's back of the head with a
So
12-6 elbow.
so I've seen we are gonna talk about this. What do you think?
I think they were
Because
dirty shots.
he
I don't
listen
know if they.
he took him out.
Potan
He
was
took
so
him out
far out of
clean.
it by that point.
Yeah.
He got knocked out with a
And
straight
Pereira says
jab.
Pereira. Listen, with all the drama that's going on, if you live under a rock, Pereira is like taking legal action against Herb Dean and the commission. And to be fair, I'm glad someone's doing it because this shit's just gone on for way too long with Herb Dean.
He's turning into Mario Yamazaki at this point.
I mean, just like, dude, just look at it. Like, how many fights does he just let go?
Does Herb Dean
It's
want
like
to
a
see
meme.
someone die
It's
in the
like a
octagon?
meme at this point. It's a meme at this point that like when Herb Dean is your referee, like someone's dying, and we laugh about it. But the truth of the matter is, like Herb Dean just lets fights go on for way too long, and guys get seriously injured because of it, and especially taking shots to the head. So my opinion is, I don't think Pereira is right now. I think he's just fat, right? I think he needs to spend a little bit more time turning his heavyweight fat into heavyweight muscle.
I think he
And
needs
then
to
I
fight
think
Josh Hochul and shut that guy up.
I think he will be. I think he needs to fight Volkov. To be honest, someone with a little bit slower pace. What are you looking at me
Volkov's
for?
huge. What? That's a terrible fight.
He's just taller though. He's taller, but he's slow.
Yeah, and he throws bombs.
Yeah, so does Pereira. That's like the same thing. Cyril Gane is just too fast for Pereira right now at heavyweight, and Hoke it's even faster. So I don't think I agree with that. Regardless, I don't think I called it. Unfortunately, I hate that I called it in our predictions. I think just Pereira's just not built for heavyweight right now, and I think he's got 7 fights left on his contract. If he stays at heavyweight, he'll be a contender in no time. Trust me. Like he will get built into it.
You
But right
remember
now,
what
man,
you
just not
remember what I
good.
said about that fight before we picked? Is that I said that Cyril Gane is bigger, faster, and stronger than Alex Pereira, and I don't know how Alex Pereira is going to beat him. But I was taking Alex Pereira anyways because I wanted to use my one because I said so
Yeah,
pick.
Shama, yeah.
But I mean, I think myself and a lot of people called it. We just discredited Gane because we don't like him.
Well, we discredited Gane because, like, listen, really what it is, Alex Pereira is a guy who's famous for he will get fouled in a fight and then just kill you. And Cyril Gane is very famous for fouling people. And listen, he did. I'm not going to deny it. Listen, Herb Dean posted that video of, like, what the back of a headshot is, and he, like, roped off areas that you're not... He literally taped off a bald guy's head and was like, these are the areas you're not allowed to hit. And then you literally, like, go to the photos Poatan posted, and he has bumps on like, the back of his neck. And it's like, okay, dude, like, you literally just displayed what areas can't be hit, and the guy has bruises there. So, like, how the fuck did that happen? Regardless,
Herb Dean, if you're hearing this, we need to talk.
yeah, I wish Mark Goddard and fucking Mergliata did literally every match.
Right, Herb Dean, come get to work.
Yeah. Regardless, though, listen, Pereira got put down clean, and listen, if Gane just like, oh, he hit illegal shots, he was bashing him in. Like even if he took the time to like go around a little bit more, he's putting Alex out. Like there's nothing.
Yeah, I
don't
agree.
think there's anything Alex can do in that scenario.
Sadly,
So
I agree.
Now we wait for Tom Aspinall to beat his fucking ass. Hopefully, Tom Aspinall beat Cyril Gane, and my life is yours. Let's talk about one of the greatest fights we've ever seen, Drew.
That goes up there, top 5 for sure fights I've ever seen. I really
not even
can't
fights
tell
we've
you.
ever seen. That's got to go up there, top 5 fights of all time.
I mean, if Ilya had not quit at the 4th round, I think we'd be talking about the best fight ever. Depending on who wins, I think if Ilya did not quit on the stool after round 4, that was it. Okay, I mean that was going to go down as number 1, probably tied for number 1 with Griffin and Bonner.
Yeah. I really want to know what happened in Ilya's corner. I want to know Is he the one who said what? I
Okay.
want someone
So
to
I've
come out
watched
and
like
like hear
every
the
video
truth.
on this. I've watched every video that I can find on this, and here's my
So
best
who is the
rendition,
one
although
who
it might not
said
be right.
we're gonna finish the fight?
So, uh, so one of the cornermen that was not Alexander Taporia said, "We're we're done." And then Alexander Taporia said, "No, brother, we're finishing this fight." And then Ilya said, "I'm done," and then his brother called it off. As best as I understand it, that might not be 100% right, but from what I've been able to piece together is that it was two of his cornermen called off the fight after Ilya said he was done. He's like,
So
because
is there
like he couldn't
someone?
see.
So in the UFC, in that situation, like I don't know who Ilya's coach is, right? Is there like someone in the UFC like rules or anything? Does someone very specific have to call off the like throw in the towel?
Let's look that up because I'm not 100% sure the answer to that question.
Like can you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like guys have like a 3-person corner or like two or like maybe it's like a weird number. Can any of them throw in the towel or does it have to be like a very like a designated person has to be the one to say it? You know what I mean? Cuz like is it his brother? Is the brother the one that has to say it?
According to the rules, it says that anybody from the corner, the referee, the ringside physician, or by the actual fighter by physical or verbal submission can call off the fight.
Hmm. That doctor they had was a fucking idiot. Um
But it was
he
it
was
was the
probably
dirty
right
stool
though.
gate from Ilya
He was
saying
probably right.
Ilya just wanted to buy a minute at a time because he knew he was fucked.
Yeah.
Because how can
Um
you go from not being able to see, the doctor calls it off, Ilya protests, Goddard goes, okay, I'm going to allow it, and then you start the fight up again? It's like, did Mark Goddard turn into Herb Dean? Was that Herb Dean in a Mark Goddard disguise out there?
yeah, it's just like a lot of confusion. Listen, I'm not blaming. Listen, I'm not blaming Ilya Taporia. I'm not gonna say anything negative about him. I think if you say anything negative about him, I think you're kind of a piece of shit. If I'm being honest. Because here's what needs to happen in the UFC, and I think we have a problem with this sometimes, and something that we've actually gotten better at. We need to every single fight. There's a winner and a loser. Not always. There's no contest, but most part, there's a winner and a loser.
Oh, there in the
We
no
need to
contest,
stop
there's losers too.
us, the fans.
Yes.
However, I feel like you're gonna agree with me on this. As a community, as a fan base, when somebody wins, we need to. Why can't we just praise the person who won? Why does it always have to be we have to like talk shit about the person who lost, right? I think everything that has happened with he quit, his brother did this, brother did that. I think all of that talk about Ilya Taporia is completely taking away from the fact that Justin Gaethje put on the best performance by an underdog ever in the UFC.
I have it tied with number one on my list.
What's yours?
Holly Holm beating Ronda Rousey in Australia.
That was pretty big.
I
However,
in terms of what it did for the sport long term, I think that the Holly Holm Ronda Rousey one is slightly bigger because I feel
mhm,
like Gaethje's going to retire and we're going to see Oliveira Armand 2 for the belt, and that doesn't have as big of a ripple effect through the UFC that Ronda
that's
losing did
fair.
because Ronda
That's a really good
lost.
point.
Look who came out of Ronda losing. We had Misha Tate get a belt, Holly Holm, Misha Tate, and that's when the Nunes title run started. And then Nunes and Rousey had their match, and Nunes destroyed her. But it's like that has a bigger ripple effect throughout the sport than this does. But I'm not saying that there's credit Justin Gaethje. I'm saying that is
No, it's two
that this
completely
is
different
this is this
scenarios.
is
And I'm
two
saying,
completely different
here's the
scenarios. And
problem.
yeah,
Here's the problem. You have the benefit of hindsight with the
mm-hmm,
Holly Holmes thing. That was years. It was
mm-hmm.
like 10 years ago now, right? We don't know what's going to happen, right? Post fight with Justin, right? I really want him to retire. Me
I
personally,
I think
I'm
that
selfish.
what does he
I don't
want?
want to see him. I don't want to see him die on his shield. I hate that in the UFC. Take the George St. Pierre route. Don't pass the torch to Armand. Take the torch with you and go back to Colorado, man.
I mean, I don't know what else what do you have to accomplish?
There are only in UFC history, in the 30-year history of the UFC, there are only 4 types of belts. A championship, an interim championship, the BMF belt, and the White House belt. And there is only one person on the fucking planet who has all 4, and it's Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Justin Gaethje proved himself that he still got that
He
dog in him.
has done so much for the sport. And people don't even. I think Justin Gaethje might be, in terms of popularity, is the most underrated fighter in the UFC because casuals just look at the record and like they look at they listen. The UFC does it. They play the Max Holloway knockout literally any opportunity they get, and I think people just put that onto Justin Gaethje's personality. But we're actually in the reality, and you've said this to me so many times. He's never fought an unranked fighter.
Yeah, he's only lost
He's
five
been in
times.
he's been in like fucking 11 title fights.
Yeah, and look who he's lost to. He's lost to four undisputed champs, one of which is an arguable GOAT, and then Dustin Poirier in the prime of Dustin Poirier. He lost to Poirier.
Here's what I wanted to show you.
Eddie Alvarez, Max, Khabib, and Olives. That's it. And what?
Hall of Famers.
Two of those are on the Mount Rushmore of lightweights. One's Max Holloway, who's an arguable second GOAT in the featherweight. And then he's got Prime Poirier, who's probably the best fighter to ever win an undisputed belt. And then Eddie Alvarez, who, before he got pieced up by Conor, what looked like he was absolutely untouchable.
This is what I wanted to show you, by the way. Everyone knows I collect the posters back here. Shout out my homie Whitey at Bridges Scoreboard and Griffith for always hooking us up with these. So now I have Topuria versus Oliveira, okay? And then I have Gaethje versus Pimblett. But now I also have the White House card, Topuria versus Gaethje. So I kind of have like the whole trilogy of the lightweight division in for posters.
Cool.
I thought you'd think that was cool.
That is really cool.
Listen, and you know what? I'll say it this way, man. Justin Gaethje winning makes a lot of fighters look really good now. It makes Paddy Pimblett look awesome, first of all. Let's start there.
I don't think anybody's knocking that guy out.
Makes Oliveira look even better than he already is.
Oh, yeah.
And also, now you just brought him up, and I'm going to say it again. You said Dustin Poirier is now the clear favorite of greatest fighter to never win an undisputed belt. It was him and Justin Gaethje. It's now Dustin way above and beyond.
Well, now we have this interesting thing is because Dustin Poirier said he'd only ever come back to fight for two reasons. To close out a trilogy or to fight for an undisputed belt.
We can do both those things here.
I know, and I think that's the only fight that in my head, if I was Gaethje, that I would take. That's it. But after Poirier seeing that fight, do you really want to come back and try to fight that guy?
I mean, dude, after you get fat and you'll have been off for a year, which isn't a crazy amount of time for a UFC fighter.
Poirier said, who would be your biggest rival stepping into the cage? He said USADA, because he's been doing roids for God knows how long. My biggest rival, USADA. Or
something else. Yeah, man, dude, this was. I really hope he retires because it's like, I hate to say it this way, it's like going to an open casket funeral, right? It sucks because now your last memory of a person is them, laying in the coffin, right? And it doesn't look like him. It never does. It's a weird wig. It's got weird makeup on him, and in some clothes that you've never seen him in before. It's like your memories of that person should be from when they were alive. Me personally, I'm selfish. I want my last memory of Justin Gaethje to be Ilia Topuria's Elephant Man face on the White House lawn. And him doing a backflip off of the octagon in front of the White House, in front of Donald Trump and the world, with like 250 million people watching. At this point, the only reason he stays in is for the bag, because they're just going to give him so much money now. Because the pay system in the UFC is, listen, the more fights you have, which means you have to keep winning, the more fights you have, the more money you get paid. And if you're a champion, the more money you get paid. So now this dude's had like 30 fights. He's only lost 5. Now he's the champion. Dude, his next contract, hey Justin, we'll give you 10 million for a fight. Fuck, yeah, man, I wouldn't turn that down.
This is what Ilia looks like now. Okay, I saw this image on the internet, and this is what I think Ilia looked like after that fight. And I'm just gonna show it to you, John.
I'm gonna take a little bit longer to pull it up.
The image is literally grizzled rat boxer with tattoos.
But I'll tell you what, man. Ilya, take your time, heal up, right? Get your mind right, because it's going to be again. It's tough. I get it. But man, I would hate to be the next fighter who has to take on Topuria.
Well, here's the thing: is I said this, and it's
I'd
my
fucking hate it.
way too early prediction for what's going to happen if Ilya comes back too soon, and it was a fighter who after he fought Gaethje was never the same.
Yeah, it's like the almost like the welterweight curse that's happening right now.
Yeah, I think that
Like
if he comes
every
back too
welterweight,
soon, he's gonna go on. He's gonna go
you
from
have to take your time.
17-1 to 17-8 and be out of the UFC. I think
First
he's
of all,
going
there
on a
was
Tony
just too much.
Ferguson run.
There was just too much. I think if you look at it, I think there was just too much going on in his life.
We should do another video
Obviously.
called "What Went Wrong" or "What Went Right."
I think just like, that's we really could dedicate a whole video onto this fight, but we'll end with this. But it's like this video's run a little bit long here, but like he goes through the whole personal issues. I don't want to speak on it. That's his personal life, right? But like, and then you got to think about, okay, he's got to move. He's got to find a new place to live. He's got to find a new gym. He's got to bring his people in. He's got to coordinate all of this like logistical stuff to like get his fight camp the way he wants it to be. Justin Gaethje's like, all right, this is what we're doing, right? And he goes in, he does it like the same way he's been doing it for the last 10 plus years. I'm not going to make an excuse, right? Because that takes away from Justin. Justin had an amazing fight. I think, and also, listen, I think part of it is just I think if this fight was in T-Mobile Arena in the middle of fucking November on the first Saturday night of the month, right? I think Ilya Topuria flatlines Justin Gaethje. I really do.
I think that
But
I wouldn't say that.
No, I would. But I think as Justin Gaethje starting his walkout by looking at the actual Declaration of Independence, walking past the photos of the presidents, walking past the photo of Theodore Roosevelt, which is the coolest photo of all time, listening to fucking Johnny Cash's "Ain't No Grave That's Gonna Hold Me Down." By the way, I was laughing because when I first heard that, I thought he was saying "Ain't no way any man's gonna hold me down," and I'm like, "There's no way that was the song."
See that stupid smile on his face, because I could be wrong, but I don't think I've ever heard him walk out to that song.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah, and the live orchestra was great.
Man, dude, we can have a whole video on. Did you see what Dana White's gonna do with them? Donald Trump said to Dana White, "I'm going to give the band of a fight bonus," and then Dana White said, "I'm going to match that." They're giving
awesome.
the band a fight bonus, totally deserved.
Oh yeah.
I don't know her name. I should look it up. Whoever that black lady was singing,
Superstar for O'Malley.
I need to see. Listen, lady,
hey,
if you have albums available, if you got mixtapes, let me know.
And what about the American guy singing a perfectly fluent song in Portuguese?
Dude, Lachona was perfect. Topuria's walkout was perfect.
They had a full-on mariachi band. Hey, imagine having a mariachi band and you quit after the 4th round. Couldn't be me.
Tough.
But no, I don't want to say anything bad about just Ilya Topuria. What I want to say is that I think Gaethje fought the fight he wanted to fight and had a game plan, and it worked. And we're not going to sit here to talk down on Ilya. I think Ilya showed some immense heart, but this is what happens when you get into a slugfest with Gaethje, is that there's only one person that did that and lived to tell the tale, and that was Max. And
I think part of the problem was, number one, Justin Gaethje is just so fucking durable, right? But I think part of the problem was, I think Ilya Topuria's game plan was, I'm going to knock him out in the first round like I've done everyone else, right? And then when that didn't happen, I think he hit the panic button. And dude, also, man, this close. It was this close to being over in the second round. Everyone has said this. I can't believe it. We haven't talked about this yet. Everyone has said this. If Ilya Topuria just does ground and pound, it doesn't go for a submission, the fight's over with.
Oh yeah, I thought that was going to be the end of the fight right there.
I have no, and listen, why the fuck did he just? Again, circumstances, who knows? But I was
My thought was that
no
maybe
way.
he was too tired to try to ground and pound him. Maybe he was afraid that Ilya was gonna, or that Gaethje was gonna flip the position.
I think I had the fight. I scored the fight 2-2. To be completely fair, I think he won the fourth despite that terrible last minute. He won those first 4 minutes of the fourth round. But dude, that because I think Ilya, he's a tough son of a bitch. Even with the I can barely see, I think he would have stayed in there for the fifth. I think he broke a rib,
He didn't
and
break one rib.
I
The
I
report is
would
that he broke four.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if the medical report comes out in a couple weeks
It's
if
already
he has a
out.
puncture. No, fully though, fully.
Oh yeah. Well, what the report I saw is that he has two broken orbitals and four cracked ribs.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a punctured lung
Well, they said he doesn't need surgery, so I
because
don't think it was that the crack. I don't think they
he
were
looked
like broken,
dead.
broken. But
But he
who
got
knows?
hit hard, man. He got hit hard. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us. Next time you'll see us, probably talking about fight night. We'll see what happens. Drew, any last words from you, my friend?
Well, we got to figure out a new catchphrase here, like when we do these recap videos, because we can't say our typical catchphrase.
That's true. Adios, fuckers.